Hello, my beautiful lovelies, and welcome back to Destiny Deck Tarot. Now, today we have a very, very special Pick a Deck reading because the Surging Sparks Tarot decks release tomorrow, and I hashtag swindled my way into getting them a little bit early. So, I thought, what better way than to celebrate these beautiful new decks than by exploring a spark of our own? You know, maybe this is a relationship that's blossoming, maybe this is a no-contact relationship, but we're going to be answering the question of how they are currently feeling about you. Now, I actually am kind of really hoping that I get some insight in this reading myself because as you guys can see here, I have this now permanent splot on my finger, and I won't really get into the saucy details other than the fact that Ed Sheeran and I, as you guys know, we've been on and off for a while. We recently explored his Smurf kink, and I won't really get into the details, but now I have this on me, and I haven't talked to him in a week because of it, and I'm curious about how he feels, so I'm hoping to get some insight. Let's get this started though. We of course have this pile one with this beautiful, beautiful ruby. Look at that stunning ruby color on that one. So if that resonates with you, visit the timestamp below to see your pile one reading. Pile two, we have a kidney stone that I passed earlier this week, and yeah, it was this large. It was painful, but it also felt kind of good. So this is our beautiful pile two. Maybe we're ovulating. If you're ovulating, this might be a good deck for you. So visit the timestamp below, and I'll see you guys at your timestamps. Oh, my beautiful, beautiful pile ones. I'm so happy to see you here, and I gotta be honest, this one's gonna be a pretty good thing because I was already drawn to this deck here, and this looks like a massive, massive schlong. So we have, of course, this beautiful ruby, and I just wanted to show this to you guys again in case that resonates with you. But let's go ahead and let's break open this deck and see what they are currently thinking about you in this moment. Now, I have no idea what to expect with these cards, but I think that they are absolutely beautiful. I think a lot of us feel this spark. Okay, absolutely gorgeous. So let's see what the cards are trying to say here, my beautiful lovelies. We don't need this card, of course, as usual. All right, let's see here. We have a Stunfisk, and we have this paralyzing crackle. That's going to be a little bit interesting to me because maybe we're seeing a little bit of like a paralyzation in fear. I'm not saying quite literal here. I'm talking about like maybe literally this person, you know, maybe there is a sense of, I don't know, like a fear of loss in their feelings towards you, and they're scared of getting close to you. Maybe even they're scared of allowing you in that particular regard because they're paralyzed with the fear of what's going to happen if they let you get in too close. You know, this actually goes back to when Ed Sheeran and I indulged in our Smurf kink. And I think that he's kind of experiencing that right now because it was a little bit hashtag too much for me. We have the Shellos here, and we have the Sprinkle Water. Of course, this is referring to a really good sign at least, right? So yes, this is also really good, right? You know, this fear of how they may be perceived by you is the underlying notion of that is, of course, they care about you, and there's a deep understanding of love there. Now, this is really good too because we have the sprinkling of water. There is definitely some squirting going on. You know, maybe we're erupting that purple head yogurt blaster. Maybe we are making that south mouth throw up, if you know what I mean. And that is absolutely gorgeous. But also this shell is interesting here because, again, look at this. Maybe this person is a little bit worried about the shell that they've built up around themselves, and they really want to break that shell down. We have the Dedene here, and I'm really drawn to this Gnaw here. Very, very in line with this sort of fear of loss in their feelings towards you. I don't know, like maybe they're holding on to the relationship a little bit too tight or something like that. I don't know what's going on here, but there's some underlying insecurity for sure, and it's been gnawing at them. Maybe the kink that they really want to explore with you is they really want to slather on some peanut butter onto your areolas and just let loose. You know what I mean? Let me move that ruby out of the way there. Next, we have the Man Key here, and we have this dual chop. So here's the other thing. One of the things that they really enjoy doing with you is spending time with you. And I think that's really beautiful. That maybe they've been missing out on that because maybe all you've wanted to do is just explore their dirt star or, you know, like, let's get right to it. But they really want to enjoy these kind of moments. Like maybe we're watching Chopped together. And then maybe, you know what, it's okay if that chop turns into something else, but they want that first action there, okay? We have the Cyrano here, or Cyrano, if you will, and this is just beautiful. Maybe this is the name of a restaurant that you two have been going to, and they cannot stop thinking about it. Maybe this is your lover, and that is absolutely beautiful. But another thing that I'm drawn to is this, all of these blue colors here. I think that's absolutely gorgeous, and I think that that blue is lending itself to that sort of indecision that they have with getting too close, right? Maybe they're avoiding making a decision about this relationship and they're feeling really blue about it. Again, the blue is also reminding me of Mr. Ed. Next, we have the Paldean Taurus here. So definitely getting a little bit of a Pisces from this one. We have the blocking stomp. This is a little bit interesting to me because there's definitely this sort of mixed feeling here, right? I think that, I don't know, that there is a sense of reliability that I'm seeing in their feelings towards you. Like, they see you as someone who's grounded, right? They know that you are able to waffle stomp your turds down that shower drain. That's something that I can't do because I get a little bit icked out. It's a little bit of an uh-oh for me. But they know that you're capable of doing this, and they respect that in you. But I don't know, that they're moving... I don't know, there's just this sort of moving slowly. And again, that's kind of just going into this sort of... Maybe there's been some kink shaming in their past. We have the Bruxix here, and of course, really good confirmation here about the areola gnawing. So I definitely think that's what's going on here. How they are currently feeling about you is they really want to share this areola kink with you, and they're a little bit nervous about how you're going to react. We have the Oricorio here, and this is beautiful. We have this energy assist with you. You need to assist them with this. Bring it up in a conversation. You know, have a dinner and be like, oh, you know what? I was just thinking about what if somebody ate something off of my areola? And you just bring it up so casually, like you're not even thinking about it. That's going to really bring something into their... They're going to be like, oh, huh, interesting. I can maybe talk about it safely here. They also want to go dancing with you. That's just cute. We have a Bronzong here, and this really echoed the beginning of this. This is more how you're feeling about them, specifically if you're talking about a straight male here. He's got a big old purple-headed yoga blaster, and of course, right, we have this sprinkling. You guys are thinking about it nonstop, and I love that. That's really beautiful. So what I like about this is, you guys, there is this beautiful connection between the two of you. There's just some uncertainty in how to go further, right? You need to let them know that it's completely okay for them, okay? We have an Eternatus here, and I mean, look at this. This is not the end of the world for them. This is what you need to tell them, right? You need to let them know that it's not the end of the world to indulge in a little areola stimulation here, to munch some peanut butter off. Maybe what you can do is even be like, hey, well, why don't you put some jelly on your areola and we'll mash them together, and then we can both enjoy this. Okay, but yeah, I don't know, there's just definitely some underlying insecurities here, and I think that's kind of what's been influencing their behavior lately, and that's kind of what you've been like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, and it looks like we didn't get a hit, but we did, of course, get the gay energy here. So this is definitely very, very common for a lot of the LGBTQs. I would not be surprised if my beautiful, beautiful gays out there are the ones who chose pile one. But my beautiful lovies, there are some really positive things here, I think. There's definitely some hope. It's just overcoming these obstacles of how do we have these conversations? How do we let you know that it's safe? And hey, I've been there, you know what I mean? As much as I'm mad at Ed for this, I'm really glad that he was able to open it up. Okay, and he didn't open that up to me afterwards. You know what I mean? That dirt star was puckered. Anyway, thank you so much, my beautiful pile ones, and I love you so much. Go to my Patreon if you want more exclusive readings, and if you want a personal reading from me, go to my Cameo in the description below. Thank you so much. Hello, my beautiful, beautiful pile twos, and I'm so glad to have you here, my stunning lovelies. Now, of course, we have our beautiful kidney stone here, and this was a bitch to pass, but I think it's really beautiful, and I just thought that this would be something that maybe you guys could resonate with. Now, of course, we have this beautiful deck here, and I was thinking that maybe this is talking about someone ovulating. However, when I felt the deck, I got an intense sort of, you know, kind of a bit of an uh-oh energy. But let's go ahead and let's dive into this, and let's see what the spirits are trying to say here, my beautiful lovelies. My goodness, what a day. I got my back blown out 32 times in the span of an hour, and it really just, I need to hydrate. But it looks like we have this Yuxi here, and you know what I mean? I'm so sorry. So sorry, my beautiful lovelies. We do have these painful memories. I think how they're thinking about you is definitely some of this uncertainty and confusion, and I don't want to say it's your fault, right? But there is something underlying here that I think we need to get into, that there is some painful memories. You know, I think that this was the deck that I was getting a little bit more of this no contact vibe. Maybe we're in a no contact period. But let's get another card here. Let's get some clarification. We have the Charcadet here. When we get the Charcadet, we definitely are always referring to LGBTQ, because this is a little flamer troop if I've ever seen one. This is a little flamer marching in a pride parade. I don't know how to explain it, but that's just the energy I've always gotten from this card. And maybe that's a thing here. Maybe this is, you know, maybe he was experimenting a couple times. You know, maybe he explored another man's body when he was in the football locker rooms. You know what I'm talking about? And this has been really struggling with him, and I think that's what's been going on. I think what I'm seeing here is, if this is a man, this is definitely one of the things that he's struggling with. Of course, the other thing he's struggling with is just wiping. You know what I mean? Like, let's go ahead and let's get a wet wipe, a dude wipe, and let's clean between those cheeks. But he's really starting to feel so much love for you and so much passion, and he's really concerned about how much he's thinking about that locker room experience that he had with one of his fellow teammates. We do have a smooch and this is great. You know what I mean? This is what I'm talking about. So yes, there is some negative stuff here, but there are some positive memories that are outweighing these painful memories. And that is, of course, this delightful kiss that he shared with you. This was filled with tongue. Maybe he has a little bit of a hentai kink, and that reminded him of octopus arm. And of course, I'm so sorry, I keep using him because I was really drawn to the football player. But my beautiful is, this could be absolutely anybody, especially this kissing. If somebody's into hentai, they're into hentai. You know what I mean? We have a Skarmory here, and I'm really drawn to this one for some reason because I don't know why. I'm just getting guilt for this one. Like, this is somebody shouting their guilt to the world, and I think that they have guilt about that time that they shat their pants while they were sitting on your white couch. You know exactly the time that we're talking about, and they didn't tell you about it, right? They just kind of let that poop fester and build up, and it stained it, and they didn't tell you about it until 2 weeks later because you were obviously on that business trip. So there's a lot of guilt there. We have a Magnezone here, but here's the thing, right? I think that what I like about this reading, of course, you guys, is I was like, I'm getting some negative vibes, and of course we kind of are, but here's the thing. The magnetism between the two of you is stunning, and I think that, you know, there is a chance for new beginnings. There is a chance for new growth. There is a deep sense of love and compassion, but they just are really struggling to, I think, maybe express those feelings, especially considering the painful history that you two have shared. We have the technical machine Fluorite, and this one's really interesting because what I'm seeing here is they actually were able to, I don't know how to bring this up. It's just really difficult for me. I don't want to cry. It's just, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. They're really, really sad because there was that one time that you filmed together, right? You filmed yourself exploring each other's third stars, and you put it on a DVD, and they really, really wanted to watch it, and you yelled at them for not knowing how a DVD works. This is unacceptable. You know what? At this point, this is your own fault. I'm so sorry, my pile twos, but this is your fault. We do not shame someone for knowing or not knowing technology. Next, we have a Quacklevel here, and we have this up-tempo. So here's the thing. I mean, despite all of this, there definitely is this sense of new beginnings. Things are going to start getting up-tempo. This is, if it's a gaggle of gays, of course, we're walking really quickly, you know what I mean? Maybe you are allowing him, if we're talking about this individual here, maybe you're allowing him to explore another person's body one more time, just so they're able to really lock it in if this is for them or not. We have an Esper, and this is great, right? Because something is purring. This is not going to go unnoticed. And I think that despite whether this is a gay person or not, whoever this might be, that person that's purring. You know what I mean? There is some purring going on, and this is really talking about that love. So despite this feeling of anxiety, this feeling of doubt, you know, whatever this negative, painful memory is, they still are basically erupting squirt every single night thinking about you. Next, we have the Trapinch, and this is gorgeous, right? We are drawn to this call for family, and you're going to be able to do that and say, guys, they took me back. They took me back, and they also gave me 100 back shots, just like Destiny Deck got. And look at this. Look at how happy this little character is to see this pile of poop. Maybe the thing is to accept this. Maybe talk to them, right? Talk to them and say, hey, I know that you're the one who pooped on my white couch, but I just want to let you know, it's okay. It's okay. Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! We got a hit, my beautiful lovelies, and we have this Born to Slack. Here's the thing. The other thing that this person is thinking about is just they want to spend time with you. This is actually very much akin to what we talked about in our Pile 1 reading, so you might want to check out that reading. There is this love language of spending time, and this is such a great thing to do. You know, this is absolutely stunning. Maybe you could, look at this, right? You tell them, it's okay that you pooped. Why don't I show you how to put this DVD in the Blu-ray player, and we can watch the video, and we can slack off, and we can J-ack off. And then we have the Flamer energy, of course, LGBTQ, strong on that one, okay? My beautiful lovies, this is such a powerful reading. I think, you know, all in all, there's a feeling of uncertainty. there's those painful memories, you know, maybe we got a little bit of the bubble guts because they're so anxious about how you feel about them. But there is that undercurrent of love. There is a potential for positive growth. And I think you need to offer this emotional support and create a safe space for this open communication. And I don't know, focus on yourself too. Like, focus on your self-care. You know, go ahead and just, maybe you also diarrhea on your couch too. And you say, you know what, well, we took care of that myself. Okay. Thank you so much, my beautiful lovelies. And of course, if you need more readings, I have some exclusive ones on my Patreon, or you can go to my Cameo and book a personal reading with me today. I love you all so much.